Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa, and you're probably wondering, what the hell is this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the container ships off the coast of Watchpoint Gibraltar. All right, then, what we're going to do in this video is take a look at an Ashe player. Now, what has attracted me to this OverAnalyzed is this player, Taco, if we jump on board with Taco, is a platinum player pretty much in every other role. However, for DPS, they are hard stuck silver. This is a 1700 rated game. So we're going to try and work out what is going on. And before we start this, let's just break down the actual email. And let me fly around the map while we're doing this so you guys have got something rather juicy and jazzy to look at. All right. I love it when people are just called Swanky Pants as well, because they've just used the random name generator on Overwatch. Anyway, this is the email. Hi, Sty. I started playing Overwatch about a year ago. I'm currently sitting at silver, which is very unsatisfying. I'm platinum on tank, so I feel my game sense is good enough to scale. In any other game I've played, I've never ranked this low before in anything. I feel like my decision making and the aim is good, so not sure what I'm doing wrong. I know Overwatch is a different breed of game, which is why I'm here to see if I'm doing anything wrong. In this game, I play Ashe, and this level of skill that I output in this game is usually how all my games go. Okay, unfortunately, my games generally result in losses. So let's get stuck into this, and let's break this down. So with OverAnalyzed, when we begin, we normally like a breakdown. Okay, nice. What I was going to say is let's just break down the teams. Let's bring out the pen and break down the teams, just to give us like a little bit of, you know, a bit of a picture as to what's going on. So one of the first things you do when you load into Overwatch and you load into a game is you look at your team comp. You think, how do I work with my team comp? What can I do against the enemy? Now, we don't know what the enemy you've got just yet, but well, that's your team. I wish we could change the colors over. Hopefully this is something which comes soon, because we should always be blue from the replay viewer's perspective, because it is so confusing. And I will get that mixed up in this video. I do apologize, guys, for that. So enemy team-wise, they've got a Zen, they've got an Ashe, they've got Swanky Pants on the Reaper, who we just killed. They've got a Moira, and they've got 2 tanks. Now, for us, this means that we do not want to be firing mindlessly into Reinhardt's barrier. We're going to be looking at Zen as a primary target, Ashe as a primary target. The Reaper, if we can get him, we're going to take him out. And Moira, yeah, if we can apply pressure to Assure. And this will only shoot the Zarya if that's the only thing to be shooting at. Now, our team is okay. We've got a Lucio. There is a difference here in the team comps. And I'd say this is the major difference we've got are these supports. Now, we'll ignore the McCree and the Reaper. It's because they have got Zen. This gives them Discord. So this means you will take more damage, your team will, if the Zen is effectively discording. And also, Zen has got a long-range heal, which he could apply to their Ashe, for example. We don't have that. Like, we have to be near our Moira to get heals, or Lucio has got to be sort of wall-riding near us or whatever. Yeah, it's probably not going to be the case. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a big difference. It's a real big win for DPS. And their support lineup, I would say, is probably a little bit better than ours right now, although Lucio can still pop off. All right, let's get stuck into this. So, nice kill to begin with. Trying to access the high ground, but kind of didn't. That's fine. Okay, going for that. Like, one thing I don't like is you standing still as you do that. That will leave you susceptible to attack. But remember, this is silver, so a lot of this is just going to be on landing your shot. I almost feel like you should just prioritize shooting the enemy there more than going for the dynamite. See, the dynamite's nice, and it's going to get you loads of ult charge, but it can be difficult to just get that sort of instant kill potential with it. But don't get me wrong, throwing it onto a group of players is almost always the best thing to do, unless you could instantly take someone out. So there's a couple of things. Okay, that's going to be real nice. A couple of things we need to... Oh, I thought I would have killed the Reaper. I guess not. A couple of things we need to talk about with Ashe is, and we really need to highlight this, is when you fire with Ashe. So imagine you're shooting at a target. Let me... I kind of do this with a diagram, I guess. So imagine we're firing at a target. So this is us here. We're on the Ashe. And we're going to fire at this target. And we've brought up our scope to begin with, right? Now, let's say this target is around 15 meters away, let's say. So sort of medium range, 15 to 20 meters away. This can work at longer ranges as well, but generally sort of medium range or incredibly super close range, it can work. But medium range is kind of the sweet spot for this. So you've got your scope up at this point and you fire. This scoped shot hits the enemy and does a considerable amount of damage. This enemy might now be on, let's say, 20% health or even lower, right? Now, what we do, instead of going for the next follow-up scope shot, we literally stop scoping and we just spam fire at them. Because we're already aiming at them, we drop the scope, we increase our fire rate because they are so low in health, this might secure the kill. Sometimes, if you rely on the scope too much, or the ADS, which just stands, well, it's called ADS, it's just aim down sights, if you guys are not familiar with that. If you rely on that too much, you can maybe hit the first shot and miss a bunch and they get away. It's very similar to Widowmaker in the sense that you can body shot someone, or maybe even headshot them if they're not going to instantly die from that, and then just go into submachine gun automatic fire at them to finish them off. It's not as effective as it used to be, but it's still a viable option. With Ashe, it is a lot more effective than it used to, well, than Widowmaker. So that is something to consider when you're looking to just secure those kills. And if we see anything like that in this video, we'll highlight it. So I like this position. So you do say in your email your position's good. I mean, that is incredible play. That's really sick play. We know where the enemy team are coming from. We throw in the dynamite, we detonate the dynamite, and then we pop the Ashe in the head. We've got Bob as well, which frankly, we could just throw into this fight to secure it. I just throw Bob. We've almost got a free Bob in this fight here. Where's our team? You see, I'm saying that, and I must apologize for that. That would have been horrifically bad, like super bad advice. That's me getting confused with the blue team. Please help me. I've got such a small pea brain. Yeah. So here, we've got to be careful. All right, so we have gone for the invest in the Bob. Our team isn't quite ready to engage here. Like, I think if we waited just a little bit longer and dropped Bob in, we would have got more value from the Bob. We're still getting value from Bob, but if we just go back and watch this from this perspective, right? Look where our team is relative to where the fight breaks out. So I like this. We go in with a Bob first. Now, that's okay, right? Engaging with a Bob is fine, but imagine if Bob goes in now. Look at this. Our team now has position. So we've waited for our Reinhardt to engage, and what we could do is be way more deadly with Bob. Now, Bob gets a ton of value, and I'm going to be quite honest, because it's silver, people are feeding their brains out into Bob, although the Reinhardt's doing a pretty good job trying to protect himself. But imagine if you chucked Bob over here. Now, imagine Bob is my point of view. Well, the Reinhardt is like, oh, God, I've got to protect the front line and the back line. I can't. Bob is shooting everyone in the back. If that Reinhardt turns around, he's just susceptible to damage from our front line. It would be bad news for them. But still, because it's silver, it gets value, and it's not entirely bad. Like, getting Bob out there, it's going to do work. I mean, you're going to capture this point. No two ways about it. So, what we're going for target priority. Okay. Nice. So, okay. I mean, to be fair, there isn't really too much wrong with this. You need to get better at the coach gun, because really we should be... You know, if you did want to access the high ground here, you really should have been making that jump. You could make it easier for yourself by first jumping on the payload and then, you know, just going straight up for the coach gun jump straight up to here. And then this gives us access to this. Now, one of the things I need to say about Watchpoint Gibraltar, and this is kind of obvious advice, is this shuttle is incredibly powerful. If you are a hit scan character that can access this high ground, you can dominate, like on an absolute other level. I always sit up here with Soldier. I sit up here with Ashe. Widowmaker's always up here. Because on the defense, look at this. Well, I mean, I'll just draw on the screen. You can shoot that, 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 you can shoot all the low ground, right? So on the defense, it's super strong. But if you can get on there as attack, it's also equally strong, because you can obviously, you know, sort of look over the edge here, get damage down. If you're Ashe, you can throw your dynamite from above. Yeah, it's going to be really good. And it circumnavigates the shields, which is also great as well. But this kind of doesn't matter for us, because here we're winning this and we're just rushing forward to kill the enemy. So this is totally the right thing to do. Just chase them down, try and land the shots. And I will say, for a silver player, I think mechanically you're quite good. I would agree with what you're saying here in terms of you feel like you don't belong in this rank. I hear this all the time, and it's a bit of a meme. It's like, oh yeah, everyone always says that. That's a nice dynamite as well, but we don't want to be this close to them. We've got to be careful here. So look, just think of this as positioning wise, right? Anyway, the point I was making is, yeah, I think you're a gold player, right? I think you're a pretty like mid to high gold maybe on DPS, which I think would be fine, because if you're platinum on other roles, that makes sense. But look at where we are. Like, I've really got to highlight this. Look at where we are. We're right there. Like, okay, our tank's here, our McCree's here, our Lucio's here. The enemy team are here. There's a Junkrat there, there's a Moira, there's a Lucio, there's a Zarya, and then there's Reinhardt. We should not be in this picture. Like, there is no world where we get any kind of good value from being there. Like, the only thing we're saying is, I mean, this highlights it. Look at that. Oh dear. If Reinhardt wants us dead, we dead. We dead. And our Reinhardt's won, so he should die. We should be up here, shouldn't we? Or we should be up on here, right? And remember, you can access all of this using your coach gun to just jump up into the air with it. But imagine if we were over here, right? Just for argument's sake, we're chilling here. Oh my lord, we're just pouring fire into them as they come through. We're throwing our dynamite. We're getting tons of value. This position here, is really bad. All right, loads of ults being used. Our team is still going to get wrecked. So we run away. Yep, we just disengage. We just keep running. Coach gun. Okay, nice. We just keep running. Like it, and we get out. Very good, very good, very good. Now, I don't mind you taking pot shots here. Now, this is something we've got to highlight because it's completely dependent on the enemy team comp. If this was a Widow, yeah? So if that's a Widow, there is no way that we peek. If that's an Ashe, or if like this is an Ashe, or it's a Soldier or something, or, you know, anything with, or basically these three, the holy hit scan trinity, or you could throw a Hanzo in here actually as well. Anything that could instantly kill you, right? You don't want to peek. And the simple fact for that is you will stagger your death. Look at this, right? It's actually a really nice sort of image, this is. Look at that. We're in there. The whole enemy team's there. Nobody can bother us, and we know we're safe. So we can sit here and just farm more Bob. That's totally fine. But if they had a Widow and the Widow's on the shuttle, or they had a McCree, or they had, you know, any hit scan or anything that can instantly kill you, you don't want to do this. Because if you die here, well, look at this. Our team is so staggered. There's 3 of us there. We're waiting for 1 to respawn as well, or 2 to respawn. It's a mess. So it can be pretty risky peeking like this. But in this case, it's fine. So now it's becoming not fine, and we need to get out. So if we die here... Okay, that was a good disengage. But it was close. So don't be too eager. Like, let your Rhine go in first. That's it. You could throw Bob into this as well. I mean, I would yeet Bob towards the payload here. Not now, because we're winning the fight. But we haven't really done too much in this fight. It's been a bit of a weird one. Okay, let's kill this guy and think about getting to the high ground. Now, remember, with Ashe, you don't... that's fine. Like, the thing with Bob, like, I almost treat Bob, personally, as a bit of a throwaway. Like, Bob is a very disruptive ult to use in a fight. Using him to sort of secure kills like that, it's not great, because the enemy team were disengaging, running away. We're not going to get any value. Like, now, if they recontested and we threw Bob in, it would be way more value, right? So it's like one of those things. But Bob is... Like, never view Bob as... he's not an ultimate that's just going to... You can throw in as an engage and he'll kill 2 people instantly, right? You use him when things are getting hectic and people can't really pay attention. But again, this is good position. The only one who can really access us now from the enemy team is Ana. We're totally... well, we're getting shot by the Ana. We should be targeting the Ana. Okay. So sometimes we don't need to fully reload, as mad as that sounds. I think we could have actually got back to the fight a little bit quicker there. And what we could have done is targeted Ana. And we should have been on her non-stop. Because if we're shooting Ana, she's not going to be healing her team. She's going to have to run away or even try and shoot you back, right? And that's going to wreck them. Without Ana, what have they got here? Well, they've got a Moira, but it's a massive loss of healing, that is. Let's see what happens. So we went for a dynamite throw. And didn't have it off cooldown. We all do that. Okay, our front line's about to break, so we need to get the hell back. Oh, God. That's unlucky. Okay, this is fine. Okay, that's actually fine. All of that is actually fine. Now, I don't mind firing into a barrier when it's the only thing to shoot at, which is fine. I mean, and let's be honest, a Reinhardt without a barrier is not very good. This, again, is real nice mechanics. See, so this is, you know, if you'd showed me this segment of gameplay here, I'd just say this is plat, as mad as that sounds, right? Even though we know it's silver. But everything leading up to it has been, you know, maybe silver, but I think that's a bit harsh. I think this is, at worst, gold level play, honestly. Nice. See, that is really nice. Really nice combo. You'll notice, like, I haven't really been ragging on you too much for mechanics, because honestly, I think it's great. Here, though, I am going to rag on you a little bit, because we should not be on the low ground, should we? You know what I'm going to say? We need to get the value, and we get the value from the high ground. And with Ashe, there is literally no excuse not to be on this high ground. We've got an ability that will throw us up there. We should be on there. You know, if I'm running through this as Soldier, because I've been playing loads of Soldier recently, I would be just drilling the enemy team here. Then I just would leg it. I'd be straight up here like this. Then from here, it's so good on this position because you can see both spawn doors. You can just rain fire into whichever one you need. It's absolutely super powerful and shoot anyone you need. And you're just going to be unstoppable, especially with your whole team down there on the low ground. So I would expect that team to take this. But, yeah, you know, we're sort of on the low ground. We just throw Bob into this. Shoot? Why are we not shooting? Okay, that was kind of a little bit weird, but that's fine. We shouldn't lose this. You see how Bob is like getting super value in this fight because it's just a complete mess. Like they're like, oh my god, what are we doing? The Bob throwing at the door is great as well because it's going to stop them getting out. Really good ultimate, Bob is. I don't think he's underrated, but I think he's really, really good. He's an interesting one, Bob, because I remember when Bob first was shown off as Ashe's ultimate back in 2017. It was like, oh no, 2018. Sorry, it was like Ashe's. That seems bad. Like people will just hide from that. But Overwatch is so chaotic that it gets so much value. So what we're looking for now is where you set up to begin this defensive period. In fact, we'll go over there and check this out. So you've obviously got this as the standard setup position. You could be here as well and take a few pot shots, you know, sort of on top of the boxes. What I generally like to do with Ashe, because you can kind of get away with this, when you're standing here, they can't actually get to you. Now, remember, they can see you through this, right? If you're in the spawn, that is not opaque. It's transparent. You can see through it. So their view would be this. So if you were standing out on the bridge, they'd be like, oh, yeah, there's someone on the bridge. So wait until the timer basically hits 1 second. 3, 2, and on 2, I'd pop out like this. And then what I would do is throw my dynamite so it's in the air. And then as the door opens, I'd shoot it to detonate it. Now, there's D.Va in here. If this is a good D.Va player, it would instantly defense matrix the door and just eat it so it wouldn't get any value. But there's not always going to be a D.Va there. And blowing up dynamite on the high ground there will give you ult charge. So that's kind of a nice thing to do. And it looks like we're sort of sitting here. Which, like, this is maybe a bit of a harsh criticism, but lower ranked players do this. And you've got to maximize your time. You've got to maximize what you're doing to get constant value and get as much value as you can. Like, the more actions you can do, the more stuff you're going to get. Like, that D.Va is so bad. I mean, what was happening there is the enemy team were trying to dive, and it was just a disjointed dive. But nice again. Oh, this is kind of excellent. That was excellent. That was sick play. That is sick. I haven't even spoke about using coach gun defensively either, but because you've just been doing it. Like, this seems to me like this is so incredible. This is actually a silver rated game. But like, why are we down here again? Yeah, I'm not going to make a point of this and where you should be. I think you know. Why are we on the high ground? Moira's standing where we should be, really. Hello? Wake up. Hello? Also, I don't know why we're going AFK at points. That's showing that you're sort of distracted by something. You're either typing in the chat or something, which is not great. So we shouldn't be here. We should not be here. They can shoot us from their spawn. That is never a good thing. We want to get back on the high ground behind us and utilize that. There we go. We could even get back on the bridge where I said you start the game from, or the defensive phase from. The only thing we've got to be careful of is they do have 2 dive tanks. Great kill. And if they've got 2 dive tanks, we don't want them diving on us. So this arguably is the safer position. This is totally fine. Great tracking on the Reaper. Well, great realization Reaper's there. Bad tracking on the Reaper. We know Reaper's still behind us. We've got to pay respect to this Reaper. Hello, why are we just ignoring him? Okay, I'm McCree's dead. This is not good for us. Okay, Mercy coming through clutch. Yeah. Oh. Shoot. Yep. Shoot. The best advice. Shoot. Okay, we can take the Ashe. Take this Ashe in a 1v1. But we've got a Mercy with us. Oh, wow. That Moira is so out of position. Now, I know a lot of people meme about this, but asking for a pocket is still a viable tactic. Like, asking for Mercy to maybe prioritize damage boost on you could be awesome. Like, this is great. This is actually incredible. Like, I completely agree with your email here when you say this is, you feel like you're at a rank you don't belong at. The only major issue I've got is this whole thing, which is happening again. Like, why did we drop down from this high ground? And, you know, you could argue that I am being overly critical of this, but I am not really, because that's an incredibly bad habit. This is the habit of being sucked towards the fight as if it's some sort of magnet. Like, why are we down here? Like, being down here doesn't really give us any benefit. Being up here gives us a benefit because we can still shoot the guys we can see from the low ground, and we're on the high ground, so we can hit them as they start disengaging. Bit of a weird decision. So what I'd be looking to do now is... I was a little bit premature with the coach gun. Especially when we've got our Moira with us. Like, D.Va's not really going to kill us, but that's still okay. It's still better that you reacted to that. Now... Okay, that Bob is kind of going to just delay the payload, I think. Not really going to do too much on that, but that's still okay. Again, I'd argue you should use the Bob when the fight breaks out, but whatever. Now, in this, against this enemy team comp with the Winston, coach gun is really good. If Winston jumps you and you coach gun him, he will fly miles back, which just messes him up completely. So you can almost counter Winston in that way. It's really strong. But he has to obviously be diving on or around you. Okay, so here we should be thinking about getting out because we've lost this fight. Yep. And you think, see, like, you're thinking exactly like, I'm going to get out, and it's great. A typical silver player would literally yeet themselves into the fight here and die. You're not doing that, and you're showing a lot of awareness here. So I agree. You're platinum tank. You're probably platinum DPS. I think you're probably gold DPS, but to be fair, your accuracy is really, really sweet. Okay, so we know Reaper's behind us. We've got to deal with this Reaper. Good. But of course, he's just going to sit there and heal himself up. We've got to be aware that he's behind us. We need to tell our team that he's there as well. So he should be making a... Okay, great. Good prediction. Okay. Ooh. Remember, you can detonate the dynamite as well with a coach gun. So as you threw the dynamite on the floor there, you could have just coach gunned the dynamite, and it would have hit him and, with the coach gun and then blew up on him. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, that's not great. D.Va just killed everyone. It happens. Whatever, it's Overwatch. So this is a lost fight here. We don't want to go forward here. So we're now stuck. Yeah. It was a good sleep, but we're stuck. We overstayed our welcome. The play here was not to go and die there. Actually, nice bubble. It was to set up on the shuttle. Actually, we've got a Winston in our face. We're dead. Yeah, we should be on the shuttle here. And then we could have just been shooting these guys as they're coming through. If Winston tries to jump us, we coach gun him. If Winston and D.Va jump us, we get the hell out of there, right? When using the coach gun's momentum to escape. So we're kind of in a bad position there. Really bad position. That was silver play. All right, so here, I'm just going to bob this. I'm going to literally yeet bob into that fight. Look, a fight's breaking out. Just yeet bob him. Yeah, great. Maintain your high ground position. Throw your dynamite. Detonate. Awesome. Be careful for Reaper. Nice. Oh, we could have got the kill there. We could have got the kill on him there. We're a little bit of delay there in firing, a little bit of a miss, but that's still okay. Exactly the right place to do. So I've not really seen many sort of issues here with, like, I mean, look at that great combo, great play. Get on the high ground. See, you're doing it. You are doing it, but you're not doing it enough. And look what it's let you do. You're going to kill a Reaper as well. And that is, we should be able to dynamite that guy. Maybe he gets away. Yeah. But through getting the high ground, let us get the... Okay, hello. Excellent. Let's us get the kill on the Winston, which would have been much more harder to achieve. And we might have even got the kill on the Reaper faster as well. Look at this. It's so good. Positioning in Overwatch is incredibly powerful. I know I meme about it all the time, and people meme me about it, going, well, Sty, it's just obvious. Yeah, it is obvious. That there, great counter. It is obvious, but unless you tell people to do it constantly, they just don't do it. If you constantly get the high ground as Ashe, as Soldier, as like a Hanzo or a Widow, you just win. You win more games. It is incredibly powerful. I cannot stress that enough, and you are doing that in this game. And frankly, I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. This Junkrat is like way out of position now. What's he trying to do? He's trying to kill us? Like, there's no way Junkrat's going to get us. That was cheeky as well. We're getting into trick shot levels of skill there. But I'm really enjoying your play here. I think, honestly, the major advice for you is, like... Look, and we're even reacting well to the Reaper. I mean, you could argue that when you coach gunned him, you should have been firing from the hip at him, potentially. Instead of going for the dynamite, maybe a little bit nice. It was 1 HP. Oh, that is unfortunate. We win anyway. Yeah, you're a good player. Listen. Just play more Overwatch. All you've got to do is this. It's dead simple, right? Play more, right? Play more. And I'll be happy. And, let's just scrub through the middle. And get the high ground, right? And that's it. That's literally all you need to do. Think to yourself, Sty is telling me to get the high ground. Why am I not on the high ground? I should be on the high ground. And if you're there more often, you're going to get better targets to shoot at. Everything else, I think, was fine. Target priority, fine. Ability usage, pretty much fine. Ult usage, pretty much fine. This has genuinely been a video where I agree that you're really lower than you should be. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to send in a video clip to appear on OverAnalyzed, the Overwatch coaching series, with me, Stylosa, then do go to unitlost.com/overanalyzed, or there is a link in the video description below, and you might have the chance of appearing on the show. Remember, we do get thousands of submissions for this show, but yeah, you keep sending them in, you'll get a good chance of appearing on the show. All right, guys, I'll catch you lovely lot on the next video. Toodaloo.